What's up, everybody? We're back and live. And glad to be here. What's up, King Ravana? Hey, actually, King Ravana, could you do me a huge favor? I literally was ready to go live right at 4. Could you shout out to the Discord that I am live and going? That would be super helpful. I appreciate it. Got 13th Ghastly Jack. Nice. It's a very spooky number. Very Halloween style number for sure. Okay. Just pulling up all of my ways of viewing the stream. How is everybody? We're back playing with Shashibo, this awesome toy. And, oh boy, I just realized the problem. I'll be right back with some Octa. Alrighty. Huge problem. Solved. So, I know I've talked about it a couple of times on the live, but if you are seeing it for the first time, this thing right here is the newest addition to the Shashibo magnetic universe. It's called Octa. We've found over 30 shapes with it so far. It's super fun. It's really calming. It's got this nice kind of sensory click and clack that's fun as it snaps into shapes. It's a little easier to fidget with than Shashibo, which is a little more puzzly, but it's still got some cool shapes. And most importantly, it's still compatible with your Shashibo. So we can find all sorts of ways of getting Shashibo and Octa to combine magnetically and geometrically, which has been a really fun journey so far to see how we can get all of these different designs connected to each other. So we'll mess around with some cool connections today and make some cool stuff. It's a beautiful design. We came out with 2 different designs. One of them is this kind of, we call it Atlantis. It's this sea style with some cool geometric designs on the outside. We also have this one called Infinity. And these designs are meant to align and show off the compatibility between them and our Shashibo squared cubes by the same design. There's Atlantis. So those should look familiar. And it's fun to get them combined. In fact, what I saw someone making the other day was this shape out of the Shashibo squared. And then this clam, this closed clam shape made out of the Octa. And we make that closed clam shape by, there's a couple ways. We can just kind of put exactly the right amount of pressure on this section right here to get it to open up, creating that hollow space. I'll show you this side because you can really see how it kind of scoops up that hollow space there. And we can take that and just add it to each of the corners of our Shashibo squared. Ooh. Oops. Ends up being a really nice build. King Ravana should have 8 more Octa in Arsenal when I get home from work. Ooh, that's really cool. Nice. That's exciting, man. I can't wait to see what you make with... How many will you have after you get 8 more? You already have like 24, right? Man, that's going to be awesome. Now, we can also make this same connection happen if we make a different shape with our Shashibo squared, the one that we call the landing pad. On this side, we have that same triangle. It's just surrounded on the outside by a nice ring.
You're back on Fun and Motion TikTok.
Nice.
Live on there right now.
Oh, sick. Thank you, JT. And welcome to Fun and Motion TikTok. You have 16 each now? You'll have 16 each once you get more of them. We're live on Fun and Motion TikTok. That's so exciting. So we can have that same triangle that's outlined in the middle there and connect these on all 3 points of that, just like so. Makes a slightly different presentation of that same build, which is a nice one. A nice one for sure. Alrighty. So, I want to explore some combinations between regular Shashibo, our original Shashibo, and Octa, our new design. Oh, by the end of today, you're going to have more. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I can't wait to see what comes out of a collection that size, man. You know, more than me and JT. You probably already do. So we can actually connect those clams on the outside of each of the points of the star, just like we did on that other side. So it stands to reason that we could do the same thing to the UFO, for example. And I think that there's a really cool opportunity to use that connection on as a way to bridge the gap between two shapes. So I'll show you what I mean here. And we may find out that the polarity doesn't work or something like that. But I think, yeah, we should be able to just do that. And so that's spanning the gap between these two designs right here. We have a ghastly jack on this side and a hypnotic Shashibo on that side. And this guy will connect over both of them at the same time, which is super cool. And if I add a fourth in here, oh, and look, when you add another one underneath, they're kind of parallel. They're moving in the same direction. That's cool. That's a nice one. Look at that. So that's 4 Shashibo and 6 Octa put together in this big old build. Looks nice and spiky. Let's find something else that we can do that with. I bet there's other ways that we could get those combined. And then we'll switch up which octa shape that we're using. So this won't span between Shashibo necessarily, but it should still connect in a similar way, just with kind of a different Shashibo accent. Oh, there it is. That's pretty. Look at that. That looks nice. And you can take a fifth Shashibo, make a UFO there, and then keep that connection going. Oh, do I have one more octa? You know, one octa short of completing that ring, but you get the idea. Look at that. That's a really nice one. Okay. We're gonna change it up now. Let's find something new. Where else am I gonna find some Shashibo relevance? Ooh, that's interesting. So this is a shape spanning between two crowns, and I can fully collapse that down so that the crowns are back to back. We have that shape there, or I can fold it back on itself so that they sit like this. Ha ha ha! Very cool. And I can move another one with that. That is so neat. Okay, it becomes challenging to like undo once it closes up there. But I don't know if you saw what I did. I took that clam that we made earlier, and this shape, where the octa acts as kind of a hinge between those two pieces. And when I set it down like this, I can take the same magnetism on this side and get it at just the right angle to connect in the middle, and now that will act as part of the hinge. Almost looks like a puppet mouth or something like that. Double ion crowns, yeah. And then when I close it up all the way, we make this new shape. With these guys, that can flip down on either side. Doesn't necessarily matter, but that is exactly what makes it complicated to like open back up. You gotta reassemble it instead of moving them together again. But that's still cool. Welcome to the chat, yeah. Good to have you in here. What else have we got here? I'm thinking. Many combos with Ojibo, Duo, and Octa. Nice, nice. I don't have any Duo to right on hand at the moment. Sorry, my friend, but that's okay. Still finding some cool stuff. Man. All right. Sorry, guys. I got distracted just kind of exploring. I do really like this combo right here. We can put that piece inside. Ooh, I was on the trade show road when I found a cool octa combo that I am going to see if I can find again. And if I remember correctly, it was somewhere around this shape, which is right next to the barn door. The barn door just requires taking this tail right here and tucking it down so it becomes a solid shape. But if I untuck that tail a little bit, it gives me just an extra magnetic relevance in a certain way that I need. Just like so, I can take these two flat faces and just connect them exactly face to face like that. And I think it was somewhere around there that I found that shape. Or maybe. So one of the reasons that I like that shape is because it has this really nice movement as one piece where you can continue to keep those tails connected and like manipulate these into all sorts of other cool things. And then you end up somewhere around here. I think. I feel like there's another movement like that I'm thinking of, but it's not coming to me. My brain's gotta think about it for a second. I'll come back to it if I remember. Oh, here it is. I was right near it. It wasn't that one tail move away. It's right here. So if we're going towards the barn door, we pull this out and we tuck that tail down, and that hinge right there, that open and shut aspect is why we call it the barn door. And so if I pause right before that in this kind of cluster, I think we call that like the cat paw or the kitty claw or something like that, and I make both chiralities of that design, and I make this shape right here, which has this really cool movement as well, where you can make that barn door hinge happen with both pieces at once. And it's really satisfying. And now I remember, now that I see that shape, exactly how to get there. So there's our second one. And if you'd like to learn how to make this, starting from the cube, we're going to find those magnetic seams. There's one on every single face of the cube. If I squeeze on either edge of that magnetic seam, then it starts to come apart, and I can grab a section of the cube and pull it straight back into this crown shape. Now, I can take both bottom pieces here that are connected and pull them apart from each other, opening this cube, or this crown, like a book on this hinge, and pushing that bottom section forward. Now I'm going to take that lockjawed, the jaw of that lockjawed star is what we call that shape, and I'm going to twist it to the right or to the left. The only important thing in this particular build is that I do one of each. So once I twist it down, I get this really cool, funky, jagged shape, and then I fold this piece back on that hinge, and I let these two sections fall down together like so. And I'm going to do that one more time. And since I went to one side last time, I'm going to go to the other side this time so that I have two mirrored versions of that shape that can connect together like so. And I just need to make one more. Which design to use? How about undersea? This one doesn't get enough attention. I don't know if any of you have ever seen this design of Shashibo before, but it's got these lovely fish and coral stuff going on. I call that one the Enterprise. Nice. Using that open barn door all the time. It's a good one. It's a good one. Thanks, it is cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Here come the clam pews. What? I must have missed that one, sorry. Whatever that one was referencing. All right. Now I have 4 of these pieces right here that I need. And I can connect each of them just side by side, nice and easy. It makes a 90-degree angle on this point right here that you can see. And we just connect them all like so. And it's already a pretty cool shape. But it's a loose shape because you just have a couple magnets holding each of those units together. And so I was pretty stoked when I found out that you can take the bloom or the blossom and connect it just like so to that one edge, that one corner, which means you can actually take the rest of those pieces and connect them the whole way around that octa, and it serves as an anchor right in the middle of that shape. So it's awesome. Bishman L, that ain't positive. Come on, dude. Let's be nice, okay? How about that? I mean, not that I would take that to be offensive by any means, but you just know that when people are talking like that, they're trying to rile you up. So how about we just chill? Yeah, it's a really nice one. And I did not have enough octa at the time to continue building with it to see if there was any way to continue upwards. So let's see. So this is what I was hoping to find, guys, is that the portal shape that the octa comes packaged in just nestles right on top of each of those pieces, which means I can take the rest of my octa. Oh, I don't have a 4th Atlantis. All right, guys, sorry. That means I gotta use infinity instead, because I want them all to be the same polarity or the same color. All right, so you can add that nice tower right on top, and that means that I can make another one of this and put that on top, I'm pretty sure. So let's make a few more of that shape. It was a type of collectioner just like a toy. This is, if you haven't seen it before, a Shashibo, a shape-shifting box that folds into over 100 different shapes. It's completely exploratory. There's no right or wrong way to play with it. It's all about seeing if you can find all of those possibilities and challenge yourself to explore and find new twists and turns and shapes and new magnetic and geometric relevance between multiple Shashibo, because the more that you collect, the more you can connect, finding all sorts of awesome geometric and artistic possibilities. Really infinite possibilities once you get even just 2. So this is my favorite toy. It's a fidget with a little more finesse. It's a puzzle where the puzzle is thinking outside of the box. There is no solution to it. It's all about finding the possibilities and exploring with builds. So what I've got right here is 8 Shashibo and 5 of a new geometry that we came out with recently that is fully compatible with Shashibo, but a new shape. a new way of playing. This is called Shashibo Octa. So we can make a whole new series of shapes with this. It's smaller, it's a little fidgety, and it is compatible with the Shashibo, so we can find all sorts of cool ways to get these things connected together. So let's find a little bit more with this cool build that I'm testing out here. How's everybody's Friday? How many magnets can be attached to it? So within this cube, there are 36 magnets, which is the reason for the price. Magnets are expensive, and we use really strong, nice ones. Crazy or muscle memory. Yeah, I've had a lot of practice with these. Spent a lot of time playing with them, so I know how to get all over. Where to buy this? It looks really cool. My friend, great question. You can buy this on the TikTok shop. You can get this on Amazon, or you could go to funinmotiontoys.com, which I just put in the chat. Click on that link, and you can find Shashibo and all of the other products that we sell at Fun in Motion Toys. Shashibo is where I would start personally. It's an amazing toy. If you're looking for something specific, this right here is called Hypnotic. It is my favorite design from our new limited edition series. This is our fall 2025 series. Really nice artistic designs, but you really can't go wrong with any of the Shashibo. Start getting yours today. They're beautiful. So let's keep building and keep the questions coming. I love it. Thank you so much for asking all these great questions. I'm here to answer. Shashibo is fun, and it is super well made. These are really durable. There are all sorts of people trying to knock us off and that kind of thing, but make sure that when you're buying it from Fun in Motion Toys. Anyone else that's selling it, you can't guarantee that it is on an authentic Shashibo. I know that it looks expensive, but it is worth every penny for the infinite possibilities that you unlock and the strong materials that we use to make these. Is there any specific age group for it? We recommend ages 8 and up, but every kid is different. It really doesn't matter. And that is not intended to describe this thing as a kid's toy. It's just safe for ages 8 and up. Like most of the people who play with Shashibo are 18 to 35, somewhere in that, you know. I am absolutely I don't know if you've heard the term kidult. I love playing, man. It is good for you. It's good for your brain. It's good for your body. It's good for your social skills. Just good all around. More people need to be doing it. Everybody's so cranky all the time. Why are you focused on a single toy? Try more like Hot Wheels and many more like that. Well, I mean, I'm focused on this toy because this is the toy that we're selling. We don't own Hot Wheels, so we're not selling those. Rotate that combo forward, Ezra. Rotate that combo forward. Like this combo of 2, rotate it like that and combine it. Is that what you're asking for? It'd be a cool one. I don't think it actually magnetizes to the Octa though. What is the name of the shape the Octa clam opened completely? Okay, so we have the clam, we have the open clam, and we have this shape. And this shape we called like the hourglass or something. And this shape was like the tent. I'm a little fuzzy on the names, guys. I'm sorry. I'm getting there. It's just new still. I need to do a refresher. Oh, now put clams on this is what you were saying. Okay, well, let me finish this thing first real quick. Hang on. I'll do it. I promise. I just want to stack this guy on top. Now, why is that? No magnetize. Maybe it's possible that I need to do like another layer because these have like this side of the this side of the portal has a different magnetic polarity than this side, and so I think it's possible that I need to flip it around. Is the TikTok live chat working yet? So the TikTok live chat works. It's just that I don't see it on the platform that I'm streaming from because I'm streaming to multiple platforms. And so if you want me to be guaranteed to see the stuff like on Instagram and TikTok, I need the comments to be on like YouTube or Twitch or something to be able to see it through Restream. Should I gift this to my boyfriend? He's turning 18, so I'm not sure that he's, but he likes gaming and things like that. Absolutely. Shashibo is a really great, like, calming fidget, I feel like. I like using it as just I play Fortnite and stuff sometimes, and I use it as just sort of like a calming de-stress toy or something like that in the middle of matches, or it's just a really nice, satisfying, tactile fidget, and super durable. It's going to last them a long time. Plus, then when you get one for your birthday or for Christmas or something like that, you can connect them and find all sorts of cool ways to put your Shashibo together. I love playing with Shashibo with my girlfriend and honestly with any of my friends or alone. It works great both ways. Puppy fits on the combo of 2 Shashibos and the Blossom you did. 2 Shashibos and the Blossom I did. Man. Okay, so you're saying that Puppy fits on this somehow. I'm certain that there are at least a couple ways that it does that. Hold up. Guys, do you see this? That UFO is balanced. I just spun it, and it is staying perfectly balanced. That is crazy. I can't believe that happened on a live stream. That's awesome. Hi, Pufferson. I can show you a shape that I really like. I can't pick just one. Oh, you're saying the puppy fits on this, is that? I'm so sorry, King Ravana. It's so hard to figure out how I feel dumb every time I try and read instructions on how to connect Shashibo. Like, I'm good at this thing, but I feel so stupid every time. Because I just don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's pretty crazy that it stayed balanced. So you said, hang on. Puppy fits on the combo of 2. This is the combo of 2. And the Blossom. So the combo of 2 and the Blossom is this, unless the Blossom is connected in a different way. And you're saying that the puppy fits on that. Is that correct? Right on top. Like that. No, it doesn't really magnetically connect. Oh, you're saying no? The watercolor one here. I mean, these are the same. I mean, that's cool. That connection right there. That's fun. I don't know if that's what he's talking about, though. That's cool. Definitely finding some connections. Does it ship in Asia? I think we're available on Amazon in Asia. You'd have to double check for me though. I do not run our international stuff at all, so I don't remember where else we are. Any of them that you like then? Oh, I got distracted. Man, I don't even want to touch that confetti thing because it's still balanced. Okay, so I would say one of my favorite shapes is the ball, for sure. I just think it's so satisfying. You get that nice hollow space inside, and the way that you get there is fun to do one-handed as well as two-handed. It's just a really satisfying fidget. It's what my hands go to on autopilot when I'm not thinking about it and just messing around with Shashibo. I connected 4 today in a cool way. Did the 3 pyramids with them all first. Nice! Very cool. I'm glad that you had a fun, I'm glad that you found a fun connection. Hope that you join our Discord. I don't know if you're on there yet, but feel free to post a picture of it or something like that. We'd love to see it. I like to make the Z and the leaf with the Shashibo. That's JT's favorite, the Z. And it's a really nice one. Can't blame him. It's a good pick. King Ravana, you too. The leaf is fun as well. Fluttering in the wind. And then the Z. Both very cool. The spade often has a lot of ways to get connected into builds, so that's very useful. My one-handed cue ball cube is looking great. Yeah, as soon as I'm not doing it in front of JT, it's clean. But yeah, what did you think of all the countries? What did you think of all the countries forget war and live together? What would you do? Which country have you go to stay for the holidays? I love that question, Creative Junction. You know what? I do think that Shashibo is going to be part of the solution to end war and bring us all together because of the connection that's possible magnetically and geometrically between each and every one. Gnome Town all day long. That's another one. Oh, I just touched the. I picked this up on on accident when I was thinking about it. The gnome is a really great one too. Gnome is another really good shape. Love that one. I always like the mushroom as well, which is right next to the gnome. There are some shapes that I find really interesting and attractive for various complex reasons. So one of those is the barn door. Is one of my favorites, and I just like the pathway to getting there. I really like the helix or split mushroom shape. That's a really fun one, both to build with and to make. And there's another really nice one here. It's kind of delicate, but again, just a very unique geometry that's helpful in builds, often. Yep, split mushroom is good. Split mushroom is good. I like the helix because they are, I believe, geometrically attached in the shape of a helix. So some pretty cool stuff there. All right, I wanna change all of my pieces here into this nice shape. And I'm going to connect them all around the outside like this. Whoa. Oh, is this the, were you calling this the heart spike? Or the buffalo? I honestly, I see both of those. I get it. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think I get it. Nice. Okay, that's pretty dang beautiful. So this is 4 of this shape right here. This is made up of 2 Shashibo. We made 4 of those, so 8 Shashibo. And we put it all together into this really nice shape. Very nice shape, but pretty fragile. because aren't that many magnets holding it all together. So if I take this bloom and I get it connected right down in the middle, oh, that click is so satisfying. It makes it a little sturdier, but if I flip it over onto this side and make another one, stack that in there too, now it's really solid. And look at this side, man. Hang on. Look at that. I mean, that's just gorgeous. That's just absolutely beautiful. And I can take some clam shells and start connecting those in each of those spikes. This is nice. This is so nice. Oh, don't worry, Cassandra. I'll take this apart in just a second and show everybody what's going on. My brother and boyfriend have 6. Nice. They're trying to make something with these. I don't know much about them. It's a weird thing my brother likes. My boyfriend just helping him. Very cool. You should get into it. I bet you'll enjoy it, my friend. There is a lot of fun to be had in the world of geometry. I used to think that this was boring, man. Way back in high school when I had to take a geometry class, I was like, man, this isn't for me. Algebra is way cooler. You know, like a cool kid. I'm sure many of you felt the same. And geometry was just really frustrating to me, but little did I know, it's actually so cool. All right. Look at that. That's just nice. That's just really nice. I like that. And now I can set it on those octa because they're sturdy enough and the magnetic connection there is 100% strong enough. We can connect some Z's in there. If I want more to be able to connect, I can flip that open into a different geometry. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to catch up on some comments too real quick. Good day. Just discovered Shashibo and loving it. Sorry, had to do the accent because I read good day. Glad you're enjoying it, my friend. It's super fun. It's super fun. You got to get your hands on some. If you don't have any already, you have to check it out. Super fun. Infinite possibilities. They're crazy. What they're making looks like that. Sweet. Nice job, guys. Well done keeping up. Yeah, welcome. Ezra, that's nuts. Yeah, man. This is a pretty cool build. Only made possible with Octa, that new addition to the Shashibo magnetic family. And it's a beautiful addition. What's something good to make with a master set of Shashibo? Great question, my friend. I'm going to set this aside just for now, and we'll talk about a master set of Shashibo. Now, I'm going to just define for the chat what we're talking about when we mean a master set. So, a master set in Shashibo is 16 Shashibo. There are a lot of possible symmetries that are very satisfying in patterns of 4 with Shashibo. If you repeat the same shape 4 times, you are pretty much guaranteed to find something cool, okay? So if I get all of these stars put together, even those simple shapes end up making a build that is incredibly complex. And you can really follow this pattern through all of the basic Shashibo shapes, certainly, and quite a few complex ones. And sometimes you can connect them in multiple different ways. So this is all just to show you that the patterns of 4 within Shashibo work really well. Now, 16 is 4 squared, so 4 groups of 4. If I took any of those 4 Shashibo builds and made 4 of them and put them together, again, it would work really well. So we're going to look at some really cool ways that that can happen. So let's learn. Let's learn. We're going to do something cool with 16 Shashibo. I'm going to start off with these 4 Shashibo right here. These are Ghastly Jack and Hypnotic, the 2 newest fall series, limited edition fall series Shashibo that we just came out with. These genuinely have some really beautiful designs going on inside of them. And both have my favorite thing going on the outside of the ball. So my Hypnotic here has this lovely orange and yellow with some blues, purples, and greens backing them. That is just a really nice design, super artistic, very cool to build with. This guy, a little more Halloween specific with the Ghastly Jack, Jack-o'-lantern himself, this little friendly ghost Ebo, and a haunted mansion, plus just a very cool Halloween themed cube with some Day of the Dead style skulls going on in there, some gargoyles, jack-lanterns on the outside of the cube. Both are really nice, can't recommend getting them enough. And we're going to do a cool 16 Shashibo shape. And you know, I started by making 4 stars, and that is what I'm gonna stick with, because I love that combination. But I am just going to use this as my geometric and magnetic anchor for what I'm going to add to the outside. So let's add some stuff to the outside. I'm going to start with 3 of the same design here. We're going to make this guy right here. This shape is called the squirrel. And as you can see, I'm taking one section of my Shashibo and opening it up into this crown shape. And then I am pushing this back section on the bottom by opening this hinge up like a book, pushing that back section on the bottom through the middle and pulling it down like so, so that I can take both the top here and the bottom and fold them back on this hinge at the same time to make this shape called the squirrel. How long did it take you to learn the shapes and get so smooth at using them? How long was it before I was smooth? I honestly cannot remember when the transition happened, which sounds crazy, I imagine, but I don't really know. I've been manipulating Shashibo for 4 years now, and yeah, it just keeps getting smoother. I keep getting quicker. It takes a little while. I have some ways that I like to teach people how to navigate Shashibo and how to think geometrically about Shashibo and that kind of thing, as well as how to navigate the magnetism. But I don't know that I can simplify how long it took into one sentence or anything like that. It took just time and energy and attention and practice, man. And obsession. My brother is 10 years younger, so he's like mine and my boyfriend's child sometimes, even though I like Shashibos. But I sometimes feel like throwing all of them because he's addicted. Hey, don't do that, man. It's helping his brain, I swear. I swear it's so good for him. Oh, I love sticking them to the fridge. I never talk about that on lives, and I really should. But sticking Shashibo on the fridge is the best. It's just the best. All right. So, making a few more of our squirrels. I mean, anybody let me know if you need another run through of how to do that. And we're taking the dodecahedron up here that gets made when we connect all of the heads of the tails of the squirrels together. And then we can stick that dodecahedron right in that hexagonal hollow space left in the middle of the star. And so I just got to make a couple more of those. And because each of these squirrels are 3, and we have 4 in the center, so once we have 4 of those 3 squirrel combos around the outside, that'll be 12 in the squirrel, 4 in the star for a 16 Shashibo shape. also known as a master set. So we'll be seeing some of the really cool stuff that you can do with that many. How is it good for him? Are you kidding me? Shashibo is teaching him things like pattern recognition, spatial awareness, problem-solving skills, teaching him to think outside of the box, to be creative about the way that he's playing instead of think that there is a right or wrong answer in the way that he's playing. I mean, Shashibo is so good for your brain. It is scientifically proven that people who play actually build their brains. They create new connections between the synapses of their brains. Play is, as Cassandra and I were talking about it last night, a necessary part to life. It is necessary to life. So don't take them away. It's good for them. Plus, these are STEM and STEAM accredited. So that means there are some scientists out there that see the educational potential in these. We have educational bundles. We sending these to teachers and that kind of thing. You're talking to FlowFests in the chat right there. That is the person that put together our amazing educational bundles around Shashibo. There's so many amazing people that see the real positive impact that this kind of play can have on a person's life. So that's why I am here and spreading the good word about this amazing toy. Alrighty. Our last piece to the puzzle of this build. 16 Shashibo to make something pretty fantastic. You're never too young to play, man. I mean, I know I said they're rated for 8 and up, but as long as he isn't taking a hammer, breaking open these plastic tetrahedrons, and eating the magnets out of it, we're all good. If he starts doing that, I would take them away from him. But that's the danger, right? That's the entire thing that we're saying. Hey, if they're younger than this, they shouldn't play with it because they may not know the consequences of swallowing magnets, but you really have to like intentionally break it open for that to be a danger. So as long as you're with him, I think he's probably safe, but you know him better than me. One of my favorite things about this 16 Shashibo build is once we get it all connected, you really can see how these 4 with the star as an anchor and these 3 squirrels, these 4 Shashibo end up making one unit. And that is what shows off the master set aspect of 16 Shashibo is 4 groups of 4. We get something pretty cool. But in this unit, I can actually have the flow to open up that head of the squirrel into this nice open tab. I could leave it like that, but I could also take this and wrap it around that point of the star. And this is, I think, one of the easier weaves to create for that reason, because you can actually transition it into the weave after you get that simple build put together. And so, if I do that with all of these, I've changed my shape completely of each of my units to now be a leapfrog with its second frog woven over the point of my star. And a really tightly woven shape. Plays with it very nicely, then you got nothing to worry about, my friend. Unless he finds the secret geometric combination that summons an ancient portal that will whisk him away to a time long forgotten. Other than that, there's really no worries. And there we go. Now we've changed up our shape entirely. Even though we still are using units in a similar way, it's so cool. Hey, Billy's in the house. What's up? Maybe slightly annoying from time to time, but the more he plays, the more he'll gain comfort and control in manipulating Shashibo. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. So that is a pretty dang cool combination of 16 Shashibo. What else do we want to see? I got 5 minutes left in the stream, everybody. Anybody got a specific request? Want to see something in particular? Do we want to see how this was all put together? The build is gorgeous, but how could you bring up the portal? It only happened once, man. I don't know why you're freaking out, okay? Rest in peace, Jimmy. I don't know if JT and Cassandra have caught on yet, but I'm gonna just keep on preaching that the reason Jimmy isn't around Fun and Motion as much anymore is because he got sucked into a portal. I think it's the most likely scenario. Let me know in the comments if you agree. Can you show me how to make the squirrel again? Yeah, no problem. I'd be happy to. I need a good design that's got some really distinct differences. Mystic Ocean is good. How about the little critter with the eyes behind you? Is it a cat? Oh, yes, this is the dog. This is the dog shape. And I don't know, like a year ago, JT and I put these googly eyes and a mustache on him. Maybe even a little over. It was at a trade show. It's a dog shape with googly eyes and a stash. It absolutely is. Don't let any Cenobites through. Hey, listen, man. I have such sights to show you, all right? It rarely happens. It rarely happens, okay? Don't even worry about it. Okay, so we're going to learn how to make the squirrel with this cube right here. You can see magnetic seams on every single face of the cube. If I squeeze on either end of one of those magnetic seams like so, then those sections start to come apart. I can grab one section like this and pull it straight back into the crown. And from the crown, what I'm going to do is open the crown like this on that back hinge, like a book, just like so, into the spaceship shape. And I'm going to take this bottom piece of the spaceship shape, I'm going to pull it straight down and away from the top to make this shape that we call the slack-jawed hive. And if I take the jaw of the hive and push it back like this, so that this kind of blue pattern is now facing out again and snap closed just like so, that is how I make my squirrel. The Yoshimoto cube got him journeying to Harvard. Isn't that pretty cool? I think it's pretty cool. Can you make a 7D portal? You know, I haven't tried yet, but I'm not saying you can't. Talking of stash, is there a breed of cats called Debbie cats? They're like Dory from Harry Potter, one of which was called Stash, and they like to sit in the clothes rack. Crazy. That's a crazy story, my friend. Absolutely ludicrous. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me in the live today. Really appreciate it. Next live is going to be Sunday. All right? It's going to be Sunday. It's going to be 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 to 3 Pacific Time. And if you happen to be on the West Coast near Berkeley, California, we're going to be at a toy store in person. So feel free to come and check us out. Otherwise, tune in for the live. We're going to have a ton of cool opportunities for engaging with us, competitions, maybe a giveaway. Who knows? We'll see. Sunday. That's Sunday the 12th. Okay? Tune in on wherever you watch the lives, and we'll talk to you soon. Looking forward to it, guys. Cheers.